SafeMoon's exchange is going to be even bigger than Binance's. That is my theory. I'm going to share with you guys why I believe that that is true. So don't go anywhere. If you guys are new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe. I would love to have you be a part of this community. Hit the thumbs up like button as well, because that does help us out with the YouTube search algorithm. And feel free to share the video if you think other people would find this to be helpful as well, or if they would find it to be interesting. This is one of those videos that I think you should definitely keep on your radar, and you should be willing to look back on this for reference. There's a couple key reasons why, and I want to talk about that. First, please keep in mind, everyone, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research, and I encourage you guys to do your own research. So some news just came out, and it was about Binance US, because there's different divisions. So Binance US's CEO, Brian Brooks, he quits, cites strategic differences. So we don't have a lot of details prevailing what those strategic differences really were, but we just know that he has officially confirmed that he is no longer a part of the team. So this was posted for Friday afternoon. He's resigned after just 4 months on the job. So he was there for 4 months. He decided to leave. Confirmed in an email to CoinDesk that his account was not hacked on Twitter. In his tweet, Brooks cited differences over strategic direction between him and his colleagues. So there's been a lot of attention on Binance recently that has not been shedding good news in regards to them. So these things that we're seeing going on right now, a lot of regulators from a lot of different places. We're talking about in the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Japan, Thailand, the Cayman Islands have all recently issued warnings and even criminal complaints against the cryptocurrency exchange. Even Poland entered the fray as its financial regulator warned citizens to exert special caution when using Binance's trading systems. So a lot of the people, a lot of the countries, they're all looking at Binance right now and saying like, wait a minute, you're doing things that just doesn't seem to add up and doesn't seem like you're really monitoring things as well and handling situations as well. And this is becoming a serious problem, right? And Binance is more on the radar as a whole because it's the biggest exchange that's out there. It's huge as far as for cryptocurrencies go. There's a lot of actual exchanges that you can actually be able to buy through, and that's something else we'll be talking about in a second here as well. But let's look at just some of the things that have been going on in the last couple weeks that's been a focus on Binance. And I want to highlight this, and I think this is so important because we need to keep it on our radar as well as SafeMoon's exchange, I almost said blockchain, as SafeMoon's exchange goes into fruition and it moves forward. We don't want to have the same problems as what another exchange has had. We want to learn from the mistakes of these other exchanges and make sure that we take the appropriate steps to avoid having those problems. The less amount of problems, the better. Don't give people that sort of quote unquote smoking gun excuse for them to say, oh, the SafeMoon isn't as good as this because of that reason. SafeMoon's exchange is bad because of this. And I told you so, all that kind of stuff. You're going to have those kinds of people anyways, but why don't we do things now to help prevent more of that from actually happening, right? The less, the better. So the UK's Financial Conduct Authority warned that Binance Markets Limited, an affiliate of Binance Global, is not authorized to operate within the country. A number of British banks, including Barclays, Nationwide, Santander, I don't know if I said that right, and Clear Junction, then pulled Binance's access or announced reviews of their approach to crypto at large. Still, Binance said sterling withdrawals and debit/credit card purchases were enabled after briefly losing access to faster payments at the end of last month. This morning, faster payments once again suspended the exchange. The European Union's single euro payments area appears to have temporarily cut off Binance. Japan's Financial Services Agency warned that Binance is not registered to do business within the country. This seems specific to the transfer and exchange services and not the operation of the exchange's technical platform, which appears to run on AWS servers in Japan. The Cayman Islands announced that Binance Group and Binance Holdings Limited are not authorized to operate within the country. Binance withdrew from the Canadian province of Ontario after the Ontario Securities Commission announced a handful of other other exchanges had failed to comply with local regulations. The Monetary Authority of Singapore said it's watching Binance Holding Limited and Binance Asia Services Pte., another separate legal entity. Thailand Securities and Exchange Commission announced it filed a criminal complaint against Binance for operating without a license within the country. Banks in South Africa shut off credit card transactions for international crypto exchanges, including Binance, though this seems to be part of a broader crackdown. WazirX, an Indian crypto exchange owned by Binance, was issued to show cause notice by India's Enforcement Directorate on allegations that Chinese nationals laundered around $7.6 million through WazirX into Binance. Silvergate Bank cut off withdrawals and deposits for Binance, but notably not Binance.us. That's a lot of investigations, and it's not even getting into the investigations that are ongoing, the largest of which may perhaps be through the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission and Department of Justice. So people that are using leverage, we've been seeing on some of these exchanges, people have been doing things like 100 times X or 100X leverage, right? So you put in $1, but you're borrowing off of that dollar and you're saying, oh, I've got $100 worth. But the problem is that if it goes down, the bigger your leverage position, it takes very little for the price to actually drop before you get liquidated. The exchange takes back the money that you borrowed from them plus whatever you had, right? So tons of people have lost a lot of money, and it's just super risky. There's a lot of regulations of this stuff that's going on in the United States, and Binance is now trying to take steps. They're trying to fix things, but like we just said, the Binance US CEO, after 4 months, he just stepped down because he has disagreements with things. We've seen CZ from Binance over on Twitter. He's discussed about the possibility that he might also be stepping away from Binance. So there's a lot of things that are in play that's showing instability on Binance, and this threatens its top holding position. That means that there's an opportunity for another company to be able to step up and fill in that role. Something else that if you guys did not know, I actually got 2 videos on my channel. I highly recommend that if you get some extra time after this video, I'll have the links in the description for this. You guys go and check out these videos. One is, if this is true, SafeMoon could go way beyond $1. I know it sounds absolutely crazy to you guys for now, but I talk about a lot of the logistics. I use empirical data. I'm looking at where the market is right now, where it's going, what would need to happen to SafeMoon in order for those things to play out. Okay, let me clarify that. There's a lot of things in play that would need to take place. But in this video, I talk about the exchanges. There's another one where I talk about, and I also recommend you guys check out this video, can $1 invested in SafeMoon make you $1 million? Okay, so yeah, you guys should check out both of these videos. A lot of really good information in this. I talk about the BNB price and the comparison, what's going on with the market capitalization there. And essentially, if you're trying to do ratios, conversions to say appropriately with where we're at with SafeMoon in comparison to that of BNB and the total amount of BNB in existence, how much is in existence of SafeMoon, and where SafeMoon's total supply would have to drop down to, how much in volume would need to be taking place, and you look at the actual exchange information. But again, I'll have the links in the description for those. I'll talk a little bit about this one, but it also covers other things in these videos too. So I put a ton of research into these things, and I think you guys will absolutely love it once you give it a fair chance. So this is if this is true, SafeMoon could go way beyond $1. So you got 504 crypto exchanges. Previously, I don't know what it is now. It probably went up a little bit. I posted this back on May 5th in this video here. But when you look at the comparison between Binance and SafeMoon, for example, Binance got 40 million, 26% of that actual 153 identified million BNB. Whereas SafeMoon has 260 billion, which is like the 26% of the 1 trillion SafeMoon. These are a little bit older metrics, but this is still just to give you guys a general idea. But SafeMoon has progressively been moving forward, and we're seeing burning and burning. It's just exponential, and the volume is so low right now. The price is so low right now that as soon as things start to kick up, boom, we're going to see that rapidly dropping that total supply down. Exchange fees, for example. So over on Binance, you have the ability to hold the BNB, and that actually gives you a better deal whenever you're making your trades on the exchange. A lot of people are theorizing, myself included, that when the SafeMoon exchange comes out, more than likely you're going to be able to have some sort of benefit for holding SafeMoon on the exchange. It would make sense, right? So the tokenomics is a key function that is likely to be brought in. We've seen them discuss about it before. So the idea behind that would be that not only with SafeMoon, but imagine if with Bitcoin, just for holding Bitcoin on the SafeMoon exchange, if people were to do trades with Bitcoin through there, part of that transaction fee would actually end up as a reflection that would go into the wallets appropriately depending on how much your holding position is. for that specific cryptocurrency. And my theory is that the SafeMoon will be used as part of the transaction fees or to help drop down that overall cost so you can be able to trade for Bitcoin and Ethereum and Dogecoin and all these other kinds of coins for less of a fee. So I think that's going to be something that's really pivotal. Something else that's really important is that they've mentioned that on the SafeMoon exchange, they've already looked at a lot of these other exchanges that are out there, and the fees that they're charging could be actually much less. So the fact that they can say, hey, we as a platform, we as an exchange, could actively decide that we don't want to take as much of a profit and we can actually reward our users more, I think that's enough of an incentive for a lot of people that use these other exchanges to want to also come over to the SafeMoon exchange. So imagine if you had the opportunity to have the BNB mechanic, essentially the same kind of thing, but over on another exchange. In addition to that, you could also get reflections not only on the SafeMoon, but also on other cryptocurrencies. I think that would be absolutely massive. And if you had less transaction fees compared to the competitors, then absolutely awesome as well. Plus the people, the team that's behind all of this stuff, John, he has a relationship with the previous military defense. I forgot the specific position that he was in, but I think that adds even more credibility to who he is and to what he brings to the table and the relationships that he has and the security of the platform. There's been discussions. It's very, very, very likely that SafeMoon and BibiPalm are going to be working together. So integrating in with that. And we've also seen Thomas, aka Papa, discussing about the fact that the level of security that they are pursuing with, for example, the SafeMoon wallet, which we'll probably see also be brought into play for high-level security on the SafeMoon exchange, is going to be very, very optimum, very prestige. Like, I'm looking forward to I think it's going to surprise so many people, guys. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just kind of wrap up with the last couple of things. The project for SafeMoon is still really new. Look at Binance's Twitter, excuse me. Look at Binance's Twitter account. They got 4.6 million followers. They've been around since June 2017, whereas SafeMoon's been around from February of this year, and they've got almost 1 million followers. You guys should go drop them a follow. Go drop me a follow too. I'm at Crypto Atlas YT. My handle's right down below the webcam here. Okay, I'm gonna go and wrap that up there. I got referral links in the description down below. We're keeping an eye on what's going on with the volume here. I'll keep you guys up to date with everything like I have been. And I also cover AMC, movie theater stock. So if you guys want to get free cryptocurrency or stock, check out the links in the description. I'm gonna have the links to both of these videos. If this is true, SafeMoon could go way above $1, and the $1 investment in SafeMoon, can you make 1 million? Listen to what I have to say. I know it sounds absolutely crazy, but again, I'm using empirical data and I'm covering just how extreme the scenario would have to go in order for it to happen. And yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys think about whether SafeMoon's exchange will be bigger than Binance's exchange. How soon do you think that would take place? If it was to take place, hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button, and I will see you guys in the next episode.